Okay, I got the Tatula CT SV spooled up using a 1/4 ounce casting plug, and the way I have it set up is I have it set up just like Daiwa Japan instructed. I have it set to where the spool tension just eliminates the side to side play and backed off just a little bit, so this gives it a really fast fall if you want to watch. So I have the mag brake set on 7, and I might switch that up if I feel I can get more distance, but I've been practicing and 7 seems to be the best. .119, 3 inches. Better 124.4. .123.1. .132.5. .121.8. Okay, so I switched over to the 1/2 to 3/8 ounce jerkbait. I did not touch the spool tension. I did adjust the brake, I think, to about 7, and let's see what it does. .126. 118.6. $115.5. $118 even. Wow, 135.3. Got the Tatula CT Type R. I have the spool tension set to where it just removed the side-to-side plate. We're doing the 1/4 ounce casting plug. You can see the lure falls pretty fast. I found the mag brake works best at 7. $129.10. $139.1. $132.2. $133 even. $133.1. 122.3. One 121.1. Wow, 145.2. One 137.6. One 135.1. Okay, so I am finished with the first part of the field tests where I just basically casted the 1/4 ounce plug and the jerkbait, which almost weighs a 1/2 ounce. Just to preface, I'm going to go over the brake settings for each reel. Now, Daiwa Japan, they had some kind of instructional video on how you set up your SV spool reels. What you do is you tighten up the cast control cap to where it just eliminates the side-to-side play. And then you back off the cast control cap by 1 click. Now the cast control on the SV does not have a click, so I just backed it off just a little bit, and then from there on you just used all magnetic brake. Now the same goes for the non SV spool reels. You basically tighten up the cast control just to eliminate the side-to-side play, which is what I did for the Type R. As you can see, the Type R outcasted the SV. A couple of notes and observations. On the limit, the SV spool, it was very over-braked. I could feel it struggling, and even if I turned down the magnetic brakes, on the next cast I would backlash, and it was kind of inconsistent. One cast I'd get 120 feet, and the next cast I would barely break 100 feet, which is something I guess I see common with Tatulas. One thing I did do was, after about 3 or 4 casts that were really short, I opened up the side plate to see if the rotor was stuck, which is a common problem that I've read with SV spools, where it gets stuck in the out position, therefore giving you way more brake than you wanted and shortening your cast distance. The rotor was not stuck. I don't know why it was so inconsistent. There are quite a few casts where I just, recorded it and just scrapped the whole thing because it just seemed way too short. Now, in contrast, the Type R, you could feel on the edge of the brakes that the spool was spinning way faster and a lot freer. Something you could feel in hand. And it does outcast, apparently, the old Type R, which is good, which should have been expected considering the lighter spool. Now, one thing I wanted to go over, because I think I know the reason why the SV gave a shorter casting distance than the Type R. And once again, it boils down to the rotors. Now, previously I showed you the operation of the rotor. Not only does it pop out, but it twists. So one thing that I realized that it only twists forward or backward. It does not twist in a stationary position. It only twists forward or backwards. So what that does is when you whip a cast out there, you get into your maximum braking sooner, and it stays in maximum braking longer because of the twisting forward and backwards motion, plus the size of the rotor compared to the regular Type R. You can see it's already closer to the magnets, just stationary. I kind of had a feeling that it would get outcasted by the Type R because the advertisements on Daiwa's Project T videos basically said that this reel, they called it enjoy skipping. So if you do any skipping, you know that's a brake heavy application. And since they seem to have targeted the SV, Tatula SV for skipping, they gave it a lot of brake. Huge rotor that twists and gets into its maximum braking faster and stays in its maximum braking longer than the standard Mag 4Z. Now, it's still, I mean, it casts pretty decent, on par with probably the casitas, not the MGL, but the casitas. So there's kind of a conundrum there. I mean, I don't know why you would choose performance-wise this over this, because you can just turn the brakes up a little bit and get shorter distance or more control. So the second part of the test is I'm going to pit the SV up against a specialized bait finesse bait caster, also from Daiwa, that's meant to throw baits under 1/8 of an ounce, to see how well it does. Because if you ever do any kind of bait finesse fishing, it requires a lot of brake to throw those light lures. So that's going to be coming up soon, and you guys check it out. Thanks a lot. I blew it up.